The 2010s decade will be over in 23 days. What do you think people will remember this decade for?
The clown epidemic of 16.
That feels like a fever dream we all collectively had.
Men's styles, patterned short-sleeved button-down shirts, flannel shirts, beards, high and tight haircuts. Women's styles, yoga pants, athleisure, jumpsuits, rompers, Coachella, attire. Don't know how else to describe this, but it is a distinct look. Music, country, mumble hip-hop, bad repetitive pop, EDM and festivals. Tech, automation, social media, data, mobile. Phones, influencers.
This should be number one. People generally do not care about change and politics as much as they do the culture.
Social networks. And how everyone thought it was a good idea to keep track of everyone in their life. Kids in 10 years will be like, so you met this guy at the pub. And added him into your social network. Didn't that give him access to all your social details? Privacy will become the biggest thing ever. And loose social media connections will become the exact thing not to do. You know, when you watch documentaries now about kids in the 80s hitchhiking or stepping into a serial killer's van because they said they had puppies in there. And you scream at the TV like, what are you doing, you idiot? That's how people will think of our 2010s years.
That's a very interesting thought and a great way to put it too.
Spending the entire decade thinking last year was 2008.
I suffer from this. Makes it hell remembering my kids' birthdays.
For Europe, it will definitely be the refugee crisis.
I am genuinely curious to see how that will turn out. Not taking a side here. I just want to see if they will properly integrate into society without issues.
They will remember. Crazy colored hair. Trying to dress like people in the 90s. Those old iPhones that everyone had and thought were so cool but look like bricks now. Vaping. Thick eyebrows. Overly photoshopped and facetune photos. Back when YouTube actually allowed relatively normal people to become famous. Duck lips. Dabbing. Harem. The creation of this channel Reddit Squad 23. At least that's what we hope for. Make that like button remember.
A bunch of teenagers being addicted to nicotine straight out of high school.
The death of brick and mortar and the rise of Amazon Prime.
Because we'll all regret it in 10 years.
Social media.
A great tool horribly mismanaged.
People ask me where I am going to be in 4 months. I do not have 2020 vision. Jokes.
I am waiting with bated breath to have the chance to sink my teeth into. I hate it when people ask me what I'll be doing in 0 years. Come on guys, I do not have 2020 vision.
The 2010s will probably be remembered for as the remake era for Disney.
That would require a change of direction for Disney in the 2020s, and I just do not see that happening.
Looking forward to this thread being unearthed in 2029. I hope y'all are doing better than us.
2029 seems like 100 years away, but 2009 too now flew. I hope I am done college by then, and have a job or I'll be in some trouble.
My generation is going to be known for wanting to die in memes. Thus we can replace generation for decade.
We're the doomer generation, not the millennials. Or maybe that's Gen Z IDK, it is all a mess right now.
The rise of the smartphone. Everyone has access to the internet and can voice their opinion towards the world at any moment with all the negative effects that it brings.
Imho, this is the biggest one. The iPhone came out in what, 2007? It was a solid year or two before you had traction there. Now, phones have pretty much replaced most people's home computers for menial tasks. They will remember how great summer 2016 was. Edit, I removed the comma. Edit 2, wow, my first medal of any kind, thanks stranger. The first few weeks of Pokemon Go were magical.
The social media explosion.
Social media is crockin' insane. It gives the people so much power, and yet, it also has so much power to manipulate the people. Minecraft's rise, fall, and rise again.
Mojang should hang a poster or something. I live. I die. I live again.
Real headlines trying to outdo the Onion.
That is the most Onion way of putting it. Kudos.
I do not like this realization.
It did not even cross my mind to me until reading this post.
The death of traditional media. Printed newspapers and periodicals, broadcast television and radio are fading. And while digital music way predates the 2010s, it took until this decade for pop stars to stop selling albums. They aren't tallying CD sales anymore, they are counting unique streams. Their death will be in the 20s. They were still huge in the 10s, but began losing their revenue and popularity. I feel the final nail will come sometime around the halfway point.
People are gonna reminisce about how good the 2010s were. They may not seem good now, but just wait to see what the 20s have in store for you. Edit, I hate being right.
Oh no. Social media, influencers, Netflix, streaming. It was available before 2010, but didn't get reliable until after. Swipe dating apps, the word online dating, and dating sites are now swapped with the phrases dating apps. Obama, Trump.
Obama, Trump. From 10 now. Feels like it has been 2 separate decades during the one. From a video game standpoint, this is the decade of the indie explosion, experts, battle royales and microtransactions. From a cinematic standpoint, this is the age of superheroes. Comic book movies dominated in the last decade, and they are not going anywhere anytime soon.
I think we'll eventually look back at superhero movies the way that we look back at cowboy movies. Depression. And memes. But really I think mental health will be one of the biggest problems going forward. And this is going to be known as the times when it emerged as a problem.
Mental health did not emerge as a problem in this decade. However, it was recognized as a problem. Edit, to clarify, I mean it was always a problem, just nobody realized it. The incredible rise of misinformation and irresponsible knee-jerk reaction choices on very serious topics.
Deleted.
We've been at war for 18 croaking years.
Yeah, some kids who were born after 9/11 can enlist in the army now.
Didn't see it here so I'll mention it. The Syrian civil war and rise and fall of the Islamic State.
Shit, the Syrian civil war will still be ongoing next decade, fret not.
Social media, memes, smartphones. Trump. Definitely for the rise of smartphones. They were around in the late 00s, but wasn't until the 10s that basically everyone had to have one. Now they are so ubiquitous that it is considered kind of weird when someone does not have a smartphone.
Party rock.
At my wedding, some friends created a dance routine to party rock as a surprise for us. What nobody at the wedding knew was, by complete coincidence, I had previously learned the dance break from the music video because I thought it was so damn cool. When the dance break came up during their performance, I jumped in with them, danced the dance break, and sat back down. I'll never forget the look on everyone's faces.
The decade that normalized eating ass. I thought it was gross in the 2000s, but now in the 2010s, I think it is delightful.